Broncos Country, we have wrapped up day 6 of Broncos training camp today. Not a padded practice after 3 straight days. We're going to get into some of the news, the notes, some noteworthy things have happened over the course of yesterday's historic practice and today. And we're going to talk about all of it. So, like and subscribe if y'all love Denver Broncos content, man. And without further ado, let's get into this right now. So, first news of note, looks like wide receiver Devon Bailey is back at practice. He was back today. That's always a good sign. Good to see Devon back out there, kind of the forgotten man, right? After a lot of the hype, the Cortland Sutton situation took a little bit of with the contract, took a little bit of the wide receiver news. Troy Franklin is having a wonderful camp. Everyone's talking about him. Marvin Mims looks like he's taken another step. Pat Bryant out there every single day making plays. People forgot that Devon Bailey, before training camp in the offseason program, he was the guy. He was the main dude there. So good to see him back at practice. It's just more depth. Another thing, man, is still no sign of Broncos rookie outside linebacker Q Robinson at camp today. He didn't practice yesterday. And so hopefully not anything that lingers too much, because there was a lot of really good things, a lot of good reports coming out with him in terms of how he looked. And hopefully he can get back. He could definitely use the reps. And, but mainly we want to get him back healthy. He's had a little bit of that history in college as well. And another one that kind of snuck up out of nowhere, kind of affected me and bothered me a little bit. Shout out to Luca Evans. He's had some wonderful content on Twitter, so be sure to follow him if you're not. But rookie outside linebacker Johnny Walker Jr. not at practice, dealing with an injury. We had found out later he was actually put on IR. So his season is done early. I think for me, if you're asking me, I think it's a classic. He probably would have been back in the first month of the season type of injury, but there's no reason. They probably knew they weren't going to be able to sneak him on the practice squad. They gave him a lot of money. It's a way for them to redshirt him without him having to be on the 53. So unfortunate for him. Hopefully he gets back healthy. Don't know the extent of the injury, just said lower body. And as a result, the Broncos have brought in former Husker, which is unfortunate, but it is former Husker, linebacker Garrett Nelson. He signed with the Broncos, and he was out there rocking the number 59 as well. So good stuff there in terms of some of the injury news. But the unfortunate injury news of the day, the most unfortunate, which hopefully is not going to be as bad as we initially anticipated. Dre Greenlaw left today's practice. Linebackers are just getting injured too much, whether it's outside or inside linebackers, happening too much. He pulled up, got a little bit, they say they pulled up limp on a pass route to J.K. Dobbins. He jogged off the field with the trainer, which is good. And the initial reports were that he re-aggravated the initial quad injury that kept him out a few months earlier in the early OTAs and offseason program. Sean Payton came out. He didn't make it seem like it was a big deal at all. He said there was a little bit of tightness. It was in a different area than what he had injured previously. Nonetheless, soft tissue injuries are scary. If it's just tightness and it's a very, very small strain, keep him out for a few days for precautionary reasons as much as you can. I don't really care to see him in the preseason, to be honest. But we got to protect that man at all costs, because we cannot continue to keep on getting thinner and thinner at the linebacker position. But we'll see, man. These are really big reps right now for guys like Karine Reed, for J.B. Brown, and obviously the guy that we've talked about ad nauseum here, Lavelle Bailey. So those are some noteworthy notes from today's practice. We'll get into like some of the standouts, but what I really want to focus on is yesterday's practice. And yesterday being Wednesday, July 30th, it was the last padded practice after 3 straight days. And man, was it fun to listen and hear about and read about and look at all the different videos on Twitter. Apparently, it was an unbelievably physical practice, and it was just good work by both the offense and the defense. And what I liked about it the most is that it seemed like early on, the defense was just manhandling the offense. Andrew Mason talked about there was a 3rd down period that they had early, where they'd be like in 3rd and 4 to 6 yard situations, 4 plays in a row. Offense goes 0 for 4. Defense is stuffing the run. Malcolm Roach is jawing at J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins is talking crap back. Just guys getting better, getting out there and getting in each other's faces. And then on the next session, offense responds. And this was from 3rd and longer. Offense comes back. They respond. Bo Nix and that offense end up, really fighting back. And you love to see that. You talk about all these really cheesy mantras, right? The iron sharpens iron, the, tide rises all ships, or whatever the stupid cliches are. But there's a lot of truth to that. You love to see teammates out there competing, wanting to kick each other's ass at practice. but getting better as a result. And one of the biggest examples of that was Zach Allen and Quinn Miners. They were kind of getting at it, man, constantly getting at it, jawing at each other a little bit, getting real physical. And then they walked off to the sideline, and immediately, instead of apologizing, they both knew what it was. They were talking about, what did you do? What did I do? This is how you can be better. This is why, the move that you made was tough, and vice versa. And I just think about that all the time. Like, Quinn Miners can learn so much from a really good player like Zach Allen. And on the flip side, right? Quinn Miners tells Zach Allen, man, that move that you did, keep doing that. That shit was hard to stop. Always a positive. Same thing on the flip side. So guys making each other better. I love it. And I like a lot of the shit talking. During practice, afterwards, Marvin Mims was clowning yesterday, talking about Malcolm Roach. And it's just fun. It's fun to see the vibes of this team. Some things that you really just makes you so excited as a fan. We haven't seen this in God knows how long. We've been deprived from it for so long. And it just makes you very confident. It makes me very confident as a Bronco fan that it's going to be a really special season. I think we're going to see an even better team than what we saw last year. Last year, we kind of took everybody by surprise. This year, I think we're going to make a statement. I really do. And I'm excited to see it, man. Bo Nix had a wonderful day today. Again, he's looked really good. Troy Franklin continues to stack good day upon good day. A really good and special shout out to him, man. I love to see it because I wasn't the biggest believer in him. I thought he was always going to be more of a gadget, kind of spread the defense deep type of a receiver. Man, what really stood out to me was he's looked strong. He looked like he's gained weight, which he has, but he looks like he's playing stronger. He's confident. He's catching everything. He's running routes really good, creating that separation, which is what he did. So you love to see it. And then, you hear those reports. Mario Vitanzi he talked about on altitude adjustment the other day. He talked about that he spoke with Tim Patrick, and Tim Patrick was glowing about Troy Franklin from a work ethic and how great he wants to be. You love to see that, man. You love to see that. So shout out to Troy Franklin for having a really good offseason so far. I hope that he can translate that into the regular season and be really productive. Marvin Mims continues to make a lot of strides as a receiver, but we know what he can do, man. He's Marvin. He's a guy that's special. This run game looks really special. I'm going to make a dedicated video about the run game, about this outside zone that they're emphasizing, and why it is without a doubt the right move, and why I'm pretty upset that they didn't do it as much last year, but excited about that. And this defense just looks nasty. Riley Moss is out there looking like he's taking his game to another level after kind of taking the Jahdae Barron in the first round pick personal, right? Malcolm Roach is out there killing it. Guys are making plays. I love it. There are a little bit of reports out there saying that there's a Zach Allen deal that's close. I don't know how true some of those reports are. We're going to have to see. But I do believe a Zach Allen deal gets done as well. And that's kind of the last missing piece. It would be nice to get a JFM deal or obviously a Nick Bonito deal done. But Zach Allen is truly the one that we have to, as a bread and butter guy, as somebody that's just so important for what this team does and what this defense ultimately wants to be this year. What are you guys most excited about so far in camp? What storylines have really stuck out? Or maybe some things that people haven't talked about enough? Let me know below in the comments, man. And until the next video, go Broncos, baby. Peace out.